Welcome back to the channel. We're down in Trafford Park in Manchester. We're at Eurospec and we've come to look at some of their crazy builds. And today, the main one we're going to be looking at is a VW Caddy with the 5-cylinder Dazzler engine. I'm being told it's the first one in the world. I do know there's another one in Cornwall, but they're telling me that he's supplied some bits to that gentleman and he has the early engine. So I'm being told the one in Cornwall is a 2016. This one's the newer one, and I'm being told it's with all the interior package, with the fancy dash, the fancy clocks. We'll see when we get in the workshop, but let's get in there and let's have a look, because there is some amazing and crazy builds here. Before we get into it, please consider subscribing to the channel and clicking the bell to get notifications. So just even in the car park, just having a look round to see what cars they've got. Lamborghini SV, Evo 3, Evo 5. I'm being told the Evo 5 has the Evo 9 engine in it, fully forged. There's a Maserati over in the corner. You know, with these, a little Honda Civic, and you come to this side, Golf R's. Another Evo 3. I'm being told this is a 500 horsepower 140i. You come over this way, you've got a lovely Camaro, plenty of toys, plenty of work, plenty of projects. An Edition 30. So let's get in the workshop and let's get looking at this RS3 Caddy. So this is the build I've come to see. It's a 2016 Caddy van, and as I've said, it's been fitted with the newer generation RS3 engine and running gear. I've had a bit of an introduction to it before I started filming, to get a bit of backstory, to look at the work that's been involved in this. and there is a lot of work. And that's the reason why I like to come and see these projects in this form, because you can appreciate the amount of work that's gone into them and is involved in doing this type of thing. Because it's quite easy to roll up to a car show or to a place like this and see this type of build and not really understand the amount of work which has gone into it. So let me grab the camera, let me go round and let me show you what's involved in building an RS3 Caddy. So here it is, 5-cylinder Daza engine in a Caddy. Amazing work, amazing work. The thing that stands out for me on first approach is the brakes. They're the fronts, and just look, let me close this door. The rears are just as big. So let's have a look what's been involved. A mountain of work, a mountain of work. So obviously the engine's in there. We'll get underneath and get into a bit more detail of what's been done underneath at a later date. Bulkhead adaptation. Full bulkhead needs adapting with the RS3 stuff. I don't know if you can see, there is some patches where you can see the welds and the seam sealer. That is what they're telling me is the brake booster is slightly different on these, and it's to get clearance because this is having, as you can just see, the tubular manifold, a large turbo conversion to run. I think they're saying they're going to go for 750 horsepower just to basically run the car in, make sure this concept works, make sure there's no issues, and then they're going to do a full forge build to get, you know, some serious power out of this. But again, talking about the wiring from front to rear is all RS3, and to make that sit nice and peg all up is a task in itself. So in here, it seems to be, what I can kind of gather is, and what they're kind of telling me is, the mounts are factory, and that's just basically to get the engine to sit in there. Obviously, the front rad pack is very close. Again, looking at some photos, they've shown me some adaptations have been needed to be made to get the clearance. And it also runs a Golf R tubular subframe. And the subframe has to be adapted to fit. And the reason they've done that is so they can use the RS3 steering rack, which is obviously a different size. And I think it's needed for part of the modules to make this work. And when I say modules, this car has everything that works. So the keyless entry works. Every option you can imagine on the RS3 is programmed in and will work through factory. So let's have a walk round and let's have a bit more of a look. Ginormous brakes, fantastic. I think that stands out massively for me. So let's have a quick look inside. So on the inside, you've got the full RS3 dash. You've got the seats, gear selector, everything is in there. Everything seems to fit. I will turn the ignition on shortly and we'll show you that it's got the digital clocks, the head-up display. It's also having all the interior lights off the RS3. Door modules for the keyless entry having to be adapted. So this is a monstrous amount of wiring. Never mind the fabric that's been involved. The wiring on this is mind-blowing. I think some of the jobs that I do are hard work, but to get your head around this to the point of, they're telling me this wiring here is part of the rear doors on the RS3, and they're going to make them work on the sliding door. Again, nice little touch just to make sure everything works as factory should. So let's have a look what's been involved. Obviously, it's a work site. It's a mid project. This is what I like to see, as you know, because you can dive in and you can see what work's been involved. So, this part here is the RS3. Obviously, they've patched it all in, reinforced, because they have put the rear from behind the seats back floor panning out of the RS3. They tell me the Caddy van's around 25mm wider, so they've had to box sections out and panel the sills in with reinforcements to make it strong again. But as I say, people don't see this type of thing of how much is involved in doing these floor pan swaps and these big builds. It is just so nice just to be able to see what's involved to put the strength back in, to reinforce it all, and to see how it's all done. Because these projects are massive. So in the inside, so as I said, RS3 dash, all the toys that come with the RS3 is going to work on this, and a lot of it does. But let me show you this little thing. Amazing. So to basically everything is still RS3. Everything will work as an RS3. All the inbuilt computers, sat nav, you know, everything is working, and they are working towards making it fully integrated into the Caddy. Like I've said, with the interior lights, everything. Brilliant. So we finally got underneath to have a look what's been done, and the work is extensive and it's very, very clean. So as you can see, custom subframe which has been adapted to take the steering rack. Everything has been painted and cleaned. They've even added additional channels so all fuel lines can be hidden and they're secure underneath. So again, going back, you can see some of the joins, they go along, and plus there's some on the exhaust tunnel. So as you can tell, all the rear end is off on RS3. Really, really nice job, really clean. So that's going to end this video here. Massive thank you to Euro Spec for letting me have a look around the workshop, accommodating the filming, and basically making me feel welcome. Go and check these guys out. They're on Instagram, they're on Facebook. Go and see what they're all about, and you can follow the build of the RS3 Caddy, because this one is going to be quite special, because I like the way they're trying to integrate everything from the car into the van. So like you've seen, the keyless entry, all the head-up displays, because it'd be quite simple just to put the engine in and the four-wheel drive system and put it on something like Cyvex and get it to run. That would be the easy way of doing it. This way is 10 times harder to integrate all the Audi stuff into the van. So looking forward to see this one pans out, and I'm sure I'll be back to check out the other projects they have here on the go at a later date. So thanks for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you on the next video.